Yeah, because I guess what's interesting about this is this was in 2001. So this movie, like basically talking about energy crises and basically transitioning to different energies. This is way before Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth. So, this has huge talking about and like huge talking points about energy crises, climate change, and like it was Monsters Inc. was fundamentally way ahead of its time. But I think another point, like obviously you can talk about energy crises and climate change with this, but it's surprising for for somebody that's ends up being part of the Disney machine. This is surprisingly anti-capitalist because basically at the height of the movie when, Waternoose is basically trying to shut down Sully and Mike from exposing these truths, you actually find that him and one of Sully and Mike's co-workers, Randall, are actually working on this new machine, this automated machine called the Extractor, where basically what it does is it holds down a kid. It basically straps them into this device where the device goes up until their lips and extracts screams from them. So not only is it alienating the work of the average worker who's a screamer, it's like almost making them redundant, but it's also dehumanizing everyone that's kind of involved. So it's almost saying that even when capitalism works at its efficient, it completely dehumanizes everyone within the process. And it's surprising that in a kind of Leninist way, it ended up what ends up happening is the Child Detection Agency or the state bureaucracy ended up having to step in and say, no board, no Mr. Waternoose, what you're doing is wrong. We're going to shut you down unless there's a better alternative. And it just so happens that Mike and Sully start a cooperative. I'm just going to wed myself to this idea that they start a cooperative. That they start a cooperative and they end up showing the world, the Monstropolis, that yes, indeed, laugh power is 100 times better. You should invest in this. Invest in this idea, and they end up training and skilling up their fellow monsters, and they end up creating a successful business.